Plateau State governor, you have the Taraba governor, you have the Adamawa governor, you have the Bayelsa governor. Who else? Please remind me. They all left without drama. Why is that of Kano different? Well, we are about to find out. For those of you who possibly can still remember, when the tribunal, governorship tribunal, ruled in favor of the ANPP, then the Court of Appeal ruled in favor of the APC. If you witness those periods, it got to a point where they had to actually move the court sitting, one of the court sittings for the governorship, sort of litigation at the time. They had to move it away from Kano for the safety of the judges, because this Kano like politics is like how people support their football clubs, right? And I'm talking about something that is even more sort of like deeper than that. They are willing to dive. There are many of them, and yeah. So maybe that is why they have to provide this much security, among personnel carriers, ADC, and all of that, simply because the governor is taking the mandate of the ANPP members in Kano to APC. So there are people who are asking that, how are they really going to really pull it off? I mean, if you believe that bringing all these opposition governors to go and join APC so that they can build or swell the rank of Tifnubu and this chance, I don't know how that's going to work, because like with the governors determine how people are going to actually really vote, I don't know, but this is just a rhetorical question, by the way. So in Rivers State, where another case of Godfather versus Godson has caused so much, bloodbath or something in between these supposed once upon a time political friends, agreement or no agreement. Last week, Fubara was served the impeachment notice because the State House of Assembly, they made 8 allegations of gross misconduct against the governor, which include financial misappropriation or financial impropriety, something. By it said it's spending money without appropriation. That means without approval. It's denied them their own constitutional benefits and lots, okay? But that's going to also kind of be changing, because according to them, they had 26 members who have signed the impeachment notice. So 2 of them, which ordinarily I can't really confirm if they are part of those who wanted Fubara impeached. One of them is addressed as a minority leader, okay? So they have distanced themselves from Fubara's impeachment, and they are calling on their other colleagues to do the same and not plunge their state into chaos and many other things. Watch this.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen of the press. My name is Honorable Silvanus Enyinamwakwo. I represent Omoma State Constituency at the Rivers State House of Assembly, and I'm also the minority leader of the 10th Assembly.
My name is Honorable Peter Abbey, JP, and I represent Degema State Constituency in the House of Assembly.
Gentlemen, you are all aware that the Rivers State House of Assembly issued a notice of impeachment on the governor of Rivers State, so similarly Fubara and the deputy governor of Rivers State. But we have called this press conference to appeal to our fellow colleagues to tamper justice with mercy and to see how we can resolve this matter apart from the impeachment proceedings. That is why we are here this morning to appeal to the conscience of our for the colleagues, having listened to so many pleas, calls from our elders and leaders, both within and outside the state, begging for leniency. We are begging, calling our colleagues to reconsider our step and see how this matter can be resolved amicably, even though the governor and the deputy governor has infringed on the constitution. But we are appealing on them to reconsider our stand. Thank you so much.
As the minority leader said, the governor, yes, he has infringed on parts of the constitution, but we are human beings, and we as people, as members of the 10th Assembly, we want to plead with our colleagues to please reconsider. This, we have received calls from leaders, from people in River State, outside River State, and we see that you don't raise the axe and swing it as you raise it. So we plead with our colleagues to reconsider, to please reconsider, provided the governor too has a role to play. He too must make sure he doesn't infringe furthermore on the constitution. So that will bring an amicable settlement to the whole thing. Thank you, and God bless you.
Nuisance Lele.
I mean, they are lawmakers. The governor has breached the constitution. And violation of the constitution gives them the power to investigate him. But yeah, let's forget that. Even though he has breached the constitution, so let our leaders come together, because that's what will happen. The leaders will come together, and all of these problems, all of these dramas will suddenly change. About politics, yeah, we they gone like, oh, Nigeria politics, no mad gone. They'll pretend to be sworn enemies, and they mean it. They want to destroy themselves in the process. They'll destroy the people, destroy the country, destroy the economy in the process. They don't care. As long as they are supposed enemy. But these same enemies can suddenly turn around again and begin to speak good of themselves. In front of the same people, they told a lot about themselves. Who is this? Who is that? Oh, you know, all of that. And people are there laughing. Really? Wow. This fight no go finish. Oh. And the same people will just switch overnight and say, everything is over and everything is fine. Forget everything we told you about ourselves and all those things we exposed. We are now friends for the progress of this, for the progress of our people. And that's it. It doesn't matter if constitution is violated. It's about interest. It's only when you are not fulfilling the interest of these others that the violation of the constitution will become very, very much like a serious crime. Once you're on their side, forget about constitution, Jerry. What constitution? There were others too. This one's called themselves ADC something, like they also reject the impeachment of Fubara. Giving you this now because they are like going to be the foundation of a lot that is still going to happen. That you're going to wake up and just say breaking news. Say what? Breaking news, right? This was from Rivers as well.
The Council for Same outrightly rejects and condemns purported impeachment move against the governor of Rivers State. We think that the move is unconstitutional. The reasons they have adduced for the impeachment has no legal basis. Since the plank of the impeachment is on the budget, we all know that the governor had the budget transited to the National Assembly, which the fiscal life of that budget is still on. And outside of that, the Constitution allows for 6 months of grace into a new year. So on whatever permutations, we don't understand why impeachment has to be raised against the governor on the basis of the budget. So we think that is unconstitutional, and it amounts to playing dangerous politics with the destiny of Rivers people. And we think that it's enough. We want to begin to think that this state belongs to all of us. Rivers State belongs to everybody. And as a group, we have resolved today that we will resist any attempt by the FCT minister and his group to continue to take Rivers State for a ride. The state belongs to everybody. We all have the right to our collective patrimony as Rivers people. And we feel that what is going on has continued long enough and continues to insult the sensibilities of Rivers people. We are not seeing in what they are doing any expression of the interest of the Rivers man.
So therefore, they will resist. The last time they attempted to impeach Fubara, when he suspected that they were planning to impeach him, suddenly there were explosions in the State House of Assembly. That State House of Assembly is still under construction. You see what I'm talking about? The destruction that they sort of bring about whenever they are doing their power tussle, the expense of the people, including the people's lives, you know. So right now, the guys have formed a different place where they now use as the House of Assembly. I don't think the strategy of bombing them there is going to suffice again. But a lot of people are believing that Tinubu is going to still pull a lever that is going to calm the to calm the nerves of these guys. Now again, it is the build up. This is going to be the build up to what is still to come. In that same Rivers State, a group came together to give a press conference, and they claim to be the Labour Party members, as well as the Obidients movement in Rivers State. So they are going to be following their leader, Peter Obi, to go and join the ADC. So here, their reasons.
Obedient movement across the 23 LGAs in Rivers State to join our leader, His Excellency Peter Obi, in the African Democratic Congress. The deteriorating state of our economy, worsening insecurity, monumental drop in the standard of living for average citizens, total disregard for the constitutional provisions, and many other woes have made it evident that the time to coalesce to rescue this nation is now or never. We therefore re-echo the call already put out by our leader, His Excellency Peter Obi, and the National Coordinator of the Obedient Movement, Dr. Kano, for all obedients and believers in the vision that a new Nigeria is possible, to join the ADC and strengthen the coalition for a better Nigeria. Long live Rivers State, long live the African Democratic Congress, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Right. I've been trying to get what the slogan was, right? ADC arise, ADC arise, and then AD and C. Then you say arise and shine. Oh dear. So we used to have the APC change. APC change. AP and C change. Now they don't say that anymore. When you say APC now, everybody will say renewed hope. APC renewed hope. Do you know that? And the anthem of the APC right now is on your mandate. They shall stand. How many of you still remember the old anthem that Tinubu changed Nigeria anthem to? Do you know that I've never actually really heard that in a long time? I know they probably are playing them at official occasions. I don't know. That's just some random thoughts that just like, hang on. I remember Tinubu changed Nigerian national anthem, right? And then a lot of people were not interested. They started teaching children, but I don't know if the children can sing it right now. But maybe it's going to take a time. I mean, take a while. You know, you see, all these things are the reasons why you are going to remember. You're going to actually understand why they ended Nigeria's pledge with "So help me God." I'm going to tell you more about that. But let these guys finish. The Obidients in Rivers State collapsing their entire movement and what have you into the ADC, or the new Nigeria that is possible.
By implication, it means all Obidients, wherever they are part of the A, D, and C. The reason why we are pursuing this course is not far-fetched. We belong to a country with plenty, but little to feast on. We belong to a country where social amenities, healthcare should be a right, but then it is within the confines of a very few that have their powers in our common patrimony. And that is why we are standing with this man. He may not be a saint, but he is shining and leading amongst equals, political class, to be somebody that has the interest of the common man. The you, the me, the organizer, the market woman. So the charge here is all obedience, wherever you are. Go to the streets, go to the creeks, to the waters. Galvanize all that you can. Every individual, every son, every daughter, every father, every mother. The way we did it in 2023, we are going to multiply that effect in ADC. Let me state clearly that the obedient movement is a house for all. So coming into ADC that is receptive, warm, and loving, we are bringing a bigger house to a greater house. This party will be the vehicle that will drive us from the doldrum where we are to what conveniently we can say this is a nation that belongs to us. Yes. And we want to also appeal to press that try and extricate personal gains, pursue things, looking at posterity, looking at your children. That goes to all of us. The need for us to make this country better is resounding, and there cannot be a better time. Please, the charge goes to everybody. And I thank you for being here. Let us build a greater party. Let us stop these shenanigans and inanities and make Nigeria a very egalitarian society. Thank you very much. By implication,
Do you know something, right? Watching that, these thoughts was just like running in my head. Okay? And it was like, Papa, all those guys who are like the young people, the obedient and all that, right? If you should take out 26 years from their current ages, right? You realize that some of them will either be like teenagers or total toddlers. And then I'm like, some of the things the guy mentioned, like, okay, we need the social amenities, healthcare, and stuff, right? I'm like, those are the things that people who are now in their, let's say those who are now in their 50s,